everybody, and welcome to another edition of Around New Britain with Mayor Stewart. Today we are filming at the Darius Miller Band Shell at Walnut Hill Park, because right here on September 19th, the park will be booming with visitors as we bring back one of the city's most signature events, the return of Main Street U.S.A. You'll hear more about that a little bit later in the show. As all of you know who watch all the time, this is a show that aims to update you on the issues facing the city of New Britain. A big thank you goes out to Nutmeg Television for the opportunity and the technical assistance to bring this program to your living room. If you happen to miss this episode on TV, or if you live outside of Nutmeg's viewing area, you can visit YouTube for a complete video archive of Around New Britain with Mayor Stewart. I made a commitment to the residents of the city when I was elected almost 2 years ago now, in 2013, and that's to make government more accessible and transparent to the people that I serve. This show is just another step in opening up government to everybody in the New Britain community. I want you all to know my office is always open to you, especially those people that are seeking solutions to the problems that face them daily. I might not have the answer to every problem, but my office or myself can certainly point you in the right directions to get the answers to the questions that you seek. We do this by email, by phone, through Twitter, Facebook, the city website, or even once a month in person in my open office hours, which are going to be held this month on September 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. in my office on the second floor of City Hall. Great things are happening in the city of New Britain, from developments large and small to beautification projects, community events, and more. There's lots to share. And I hope that my guests on this show provide you with a perspective into our great city that you can't get anywhere else. So I'm going to start with our first segment titled What's Happening in City Hall and give you an update on the meetings that are going to be held throughout the month of September. We're going to have 2 council meetings during the month of September. Those are going to be on Wednesday, September 9th and Wednesday, September 23rd. Those meetings are held in the council chambers on the second floor. Public participation starts at 7 p.m. The meetings start shortly after. You can catch all those meetings live right here on Nutmeg TV as well. As I just said before, my monthly open office hours again will take place on September 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. right in my office. There's quite a lot of commission meetings going on in September as everyone's getting back into the groove. We're back to school. We're back to business here. The Commission on Persons with Disabilities are meeting on September 1st at 4:30 in room 305. The Board of Education will have its first back-to-school meeting on September 7th. Public comment begins at 6:30 p.m. in the central office building right in downtown. The Commission on Aging is going to meet September 8th at 1 p.m. in the Senior Center. Community and Neighborhood Development will meet September 10th at 6 p.m. in room 313. The Zoning Board of Appeals meets on September 17th at 6 o'clock. The Historic Preservation Commission meets on September 21st at 6:30 in room 313. And the New Britain Commission on Animal Welfare will meet on September 21st as well at 6 p.m. in room 305. There's a lot of hustle and bustle going on in downtown. I want to give you an update briefly on some things that might deter your traffic, may have a little issues with traffic coming through downtown as we're working on the Central Park streetscape project. That's phase 3. If you drive through downtown now, you'll see that all of Central Park is now closed in with a fence. We're working on a lot of the masonry that's going on to the Central Park area. Court Street has been reopened as a 2-way street, and also to bring to your attention, parking has changed in that parking lot on the side of Central Park in front of the storefronts on Main Street. So those parking spaces are now head-out angled parking, so you do have to back into the spaces. It mirrors exactly what's in front of the police station on Chestnut Street now. I know some people may be asking, why are you doing this? The Federal Department of Transportation is encouraging many cities and towns to change parking like this in their downtown areas because it's safer for pedestrians and children who are getting out of the cars to get out and run back to the sidewalk instead of around the car. We've had quite a few accidents happen in the downtown area, and we're certainly looking forward to preventing that by changing our habits of back parking. At Stanley Quarter Park, there's quite a lot of construction going on there. The new multi-use path around the pond is under construction. The path is wider, handicap accessible, and it's paved. There's also new lighting going on at one of the baseball fields. The new Red 9 at Stanley Golf Course has opened, but it's only open Thursday through Sunday to allow time for the grass to establish itself. And one last update on milling and paving. The city is going to be milling and paving portions of more than 24 roads this month. Those include sections of Allen Street. Yes, Allen Street will be getting paved over this month. Osgood Avenue, Nancy Road, Bay Ave, Huber Street, Hartford Square, North Mountain Road, and several others. On October 9th in 1976, the city of New Britain held its first Main Street U.S.A. festival. Over the years, it has drawn tens of thousands of residents and visitors to our downtown for food, music, entertainment, and more. It was last held in 1999, but Main Street U.S.A. is returning with a roar this year on September 19th. I want to welcome to the show Zena Tawfik, the acting administrator for New Britain's Community Services Department, which is a subsect of Parks and Recreation, who is helping to host the return of Main Street USA. So Zena, thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
We are so excited about the return of Main Street USA. I know this was a conversation that you hear quite often, or a conversation piece that you hear quite often in the community. So is that kind of how we decided to bring it back?
Yes, absolutely. Every time we're out there, whether it's outreach or any other events that we're working on, folks are always talking about the memories that they had in their childhood, coming out to Main Street USA and enjoying the day with all of the different communities that would come out from different cultures and backgrounds.
Right. I know Main Street USA's original basis was to bring all the different community groups and organizations together from the city and showcase all that New Britain has to offer. So we're so excited to be bringing that back this year. I do want to say my favorite or fondest memory of Main Street USA, they used to have little go-kart rides, and every business or organization from the city had the opportunity to buy a go-kart, and they would have go-kart races.
I remember that.
This was when my dad was on the Board of Education, so my dad got to drive the go-kart for the Board of Ed, and it was so much fun to watch. But also, I got to ride on an elephant. I don't think I've done that anywhere else, but in downtown New Britain, go figure.
And a camel behind Burritt Bank, the old Burritt Bank.
That's right.
There was a petting zoo, a camel, and an elephant out there.
It was a lot of fun. I know we're not having it in downtown this year because of all the construction that I talked about before on the show. It just wouldn't work trying to have it in downtown when the road's all torn up and Central Park under construction. So we're hoping that Walnut Hill Park is a good fit for it, and then eventually we'll move it back to downtown. So we'll give it a couple years till all the construction is done. But I do want to ask Zena, what types of things should people expect at Main Street USA?
Well, there's going to be so much happening, and it's such a wonderful park. Walnut Hill is huge. It's got enough space for us really to divide the park up a little bit. We'll have a band, a couple of bands working here on the stage with a beer garden to the right of the shell. So the adults will probably be hanging out here, folks with families and children right behind the shell. We'll have bouncy houses and lots of games, and we'll have the clowns down there, and really it's going to be a very nice time. We're going to have a zip liner coming in, and a really good time will be had by all.
Awesome. I'm so excited for it. Now, if I'm coming to Main Street USA on September 19th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., where can I park?
There will be free parking in the downtown area, and DATCO bus is going to provide free shuttles to come up here, so it'll be really easy access to the park. And there'll be all of the garages will be open and free for folks to park.
Free parking in the garages. You have to hear that. I have to emphasize. Free parking in all of the garages, and we'll get you up to where all the festivities are thanks to DATCO, so we're very grateful for that. So, how many people are we expecting?
Well, when it was in downtown, we had between 5,000 and 10,000 folks that would participate. Now with social media and with the advertising that's happening, I believe that we're going to be closer to the 10,000 mark, and it's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. I know we're starting some radio advertisements next week. We've got all the ads running on social media. You can catch us on Facebook. There's a Main Street USA event page that we're asking everyone to go on and click that they're attending. But most importantly, you can't put on a festival this big if you don't have sponsorship.
That's right.
So are there any sponsorship opportunities that are still available?
There are, and you can contact Parks and Recreation Community Services Department. The number is 860-826-3360, and either ask for Eric Barbieri, our Director of Parks and Recreation, Acting Director of Parks and Recreation, or anyone that would pick up the phone. Everyone's really excited to help put this together. We're looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, is it true that there's going to be hot air balloon rides?
There will be hot air balloon rides. There's a whole kids zone happening. We may even have a parachuter coming in and dropping in. Surprise.
Helicopter rides?
Helicopter rides as well.
I knew I heard that somewhere too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think most importantly, we're just so excited to be bringing an event like this back to New Britain to showcase all of the talent that we have in the city. I mean, some of the groups that will be performing, on the main stages, if your group is interested, if you're watching, please contact us because we want to make sure that you're going to be a part of this event that's specifically meant to showcase New Britain's community. But if you want to be a vendor too, there's also opportunities. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
We have a spot where we're going to have all the vendors, food vendors and community organizations can come out and participate by sharing their information. There'll be lots of churches and nonprofit organizations out sharing brochures, and a lot of times we're the hub at City Hall, and it's hard to get that information out to everyone. So this will be happening all in one day. Come out, have a drink, have some food, and check out what we have to offer here in New Britain. The main stage concert schedule, actually hot off the press I got today.
Nice.
The Timmy Maya Experience is going to be performing from 12 to 2.
That's great. And he was here earlier this year for the Summer Music Concert Series. He had a huge crowd, so that'll be great.
Yep. Stepping Out from 2 to 4, so you can get to see all of these all in one day. Orange Crush from 4 to 6, Shaded Soul 6 to 8, and Dr. K's Motown Funk Review from 8 to 10. So we can get a little moving groove on later in the night.
Certainly looking forward to it, and that's going to be a blast. I just want to go back really quick to the sponsorship opportunities because some people watching may want to know, let's say I'm an arts and crafts kind of gal, and I want to buy a booth for the day to sell my arts and crafts. How can I do so, or how much would that cost me?
Well, you would call Parks and Recreation, and we've got different levels for the nonprofit organizations. I believe are paying $200, and if you are selling food, it's $250, and so forth. If I'm giving the wrong number, just give us a call at Parks and Recreation, and they'll help you out there. We've got everyone on board and all hands on deck and ready to set you up and welcome you.
So we want to make sure that the park is open, the event's open to as many vendors as possible. We want you to be a part of it. We won't be duplicating, food. We can't have 13 strawberry shortcake tents. So that's why we're trying to keep track of who wants to do what in the Parks and Rec office. But everyone's really eager, and everyone's been doing a fantastic job to bring all of this together.
They really have, and thank you for getting the word out and having a special segment here on Nutmeg TV. Thank you to Nutmeg TV and all of the sponsors that have stepped up so far. We really appreciate it.
We certainly do appreciate their commitment to the community of New Britain, and we're so looking forward to the return of Main Street USA.
I am too. I think my favorite part was the face painting, because I could never wear makeup or anything as a kid. My parents were always like, what? And Main Street USA was the one day I could get like a star painted on my face, and we will have someone there doing that.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm anticipating this. When I first took office, it was one thing that everybody always said to me: you have to bring back Main Street USA, bring back the festival, bring it back, bring it back. So here we are. I remember talking to Bill DeMeo, our former Parks and Recreation director, about it, and he kind of looked at me and tilted his head and said, "Are you crazy? That was a huge event." But it used to be put on by members of our community. But this year we'll do it a little differently. We're going to do it under the city's umbrella with lots of community volunteers and community input, because that's what Main Street USA is all about. So I'll be starting off the day by officially designating Walnut Hill Park Road as Main Street.
Awesome.
Main Street for the day. It's sure to be a day filled with fun for the family and people of all ages. So
and we've got so many volunteers that are interested in helping out, and it's really exciting to speak to the folks and hear how excited they are. We've got like over 100 folks that are volunteering that day, everything from the medical cadets that are in town to a couple of maybe the youth build group will be helping out, and others from the school system, and
that's great.
We're excited.
We're so excited too. We hope all of you will come and visit us from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, September 19th, right here at the park for the return of Main Street USA. Zena, thanks so much for being with me today.
You.
We'll see you on the 19th.
Sure will.
All right, so in the last segment, we had a little technical difficulty. We lost our red, white, and blue garland, so I'm going to do the last segment wearing it because it's Main Street USA. So before we close, there's quite a few events going on in the month of September that aren't Main Street USA that I would like to bring to your attention. City Hall is going to be closed on Monday, September 7th due to Labor Day. The New Britain Latino Cultural Society's Puerto Rican Festival takes place on Saturday, September 12th from noon until 8 p.m. They close off the street in front of the Cultural Society Club between High Street and Broad and Lafayette. So if you come on down, you can park anywhere in that area and enjoy a fun day as well. There's going to be a benefit in remembrance of New Britain High School student Ben Cheney called The Benefit. That's going to take place on September 12th at Trinity on Main in downtown. All of the proceeds from this event are going to go directly to benefit the New Britain High School Golden Hurricanes Marching Band. The event goes from 6 to 10:30 p.m. Tickets are $20, and there will be a cash bar, many raffle prizes, and music from the Memphis Soul Spectacular. If you're interested in purchasing tickets, I'm personally selling them, as Ben Cheney was a very close and dear family friend of mine. This is a cause that my family is extremely involved with, raising money for the New Britain High School Golden Hurricane Marching Band. To date, since Ben's passed away, we've raised over $30,000 and have been able to purchase many new instruments and make the lives of our New Britain High School marching band students a little bit easier by defraying a lot of the costs of maintaining those expensive instruments. There's going to be a fundraiser for the New Britain contingent of the Greater Hartford St. Patrick's Day Parade on Friday, September 18th at the New Britain Irish Social Club. That's at 39 South Street. Tickets are $10. There's going to be refreshments, of course, a raffle, live Irish music, and more. For more information, you can contact 860-832-8023. The New Britain Downtown District's car show takes place on Saturday, September 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's going to be all types of cars, vendors, music, and best of all, admission and parking is free. St. Peter's Church is hosting an Oktoberfest on September 26th. That'll go from 11:30 a.m. until 8 p.m. at their location on 98 Franklin Square. That's going to be held rain or shine. Admission is $5. There's going to be authentic German food and drink, German dancers, and more, especially for the kids. Make sure you come on down and enjoy Oktoberfest with St. Peter's Church. September 27th is the Hardware City Bike Tour. You can get a chance to come out and discover many of the city's bike lanes through one of the 3 routes that will accommodate everybody. The event starts and ends right here at Walnut Hill Park, and it'll feature a brunch at the museum afterwards. You can visit www.bikewalkct.org for more details and to register. So that's about all the time that we have for today. Again, I want to thank all of you for watching and direct you to the bottom of your screen for my website, my office number, and other ways to get more information regarding this show or just to talk about the issues that affect you. I hope to see you all back next month for another edition of Around New Britain with Mayor Stewart.